They gon' love me for my ambition.
Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all the essential items that you need when you're getting a puppy or a dog. And I'm also going to be talking about a couple things of my own that are favorites, just in case you want to be extra and get a couple other items. So of course you need a kennel if you plan on crate training them. And if you want, you could also add a playpen attached. So that is what I have for my dog Carter. He has his kennel, which I got literally the day before I got him. It's a decent size. I don't really know the measurements, but it fits him, size bed and his water and everything in there. And then I got his playpen to attach it to from Amazon. Everything that I mentioned in this video will be in my Amazon store. The link will be down in the description bar, and if it's not in Amazon, I will put the direct link to that item for you guys. So make sure you check below. So we decided to create a playpen for him to play, but then also it will be an attachment for him to have the puppy pad on one end and be able to eat on one end and sleep at the other. So we kind of call it like his apartment, if you will. You could kind of see that in his vlog videos if you want to check that out. It'll be in the eye in the left hand corner. You just click that button and you'll see all the videos listed in this video, or also I will put them in the description bar. So he has an apartment style kind of flow, just so it's easier for him to maneuver. So if you kind of want to have that same setup, then you could get a crate and a playpen, and that is something that you can get without even seeing your puppy or knowing his size. Kind of. If your breed is known to get bigger, then you kind of have to make sure your kennel is the right size for him or her as it gets bigger. So basic things like a collar, a leash, bed, blanket, are things that you can get without necessarily having your puppy in hand. So make sure that their leash is appropriate for their size, behavior, and age. So what I mean by that is, when Carter was a baby, he had a whole different type of leash. One that was like covered his whole body, and it was smaller because he was small. His collar looks like this now. So when he started training, we started to realize, he thinks he's going somewhere. The trainer said that he likes to pull us while we're walking him. So we had to get him a front collar. So this is what it looks like. I know everyone's collar and leashes looks totally different, but that's what we end up getting for him because of the way that he walks and the way he tries to demand us while we're walking. His leash is just a regular. I will put the brand that I got below. It matches his collar. Like that. The letter C on there for Carter. And I know these are cat bells, but when he's outside, I have to hear him because he's so fast. So I put these on there as well. And we have trash bags, well, puppy poop bags on here. I think it's super cute. Just so, you know, everything's together, everything's compact. You could get the bags from Marshall's. More items that are essential is a feeding bowl and a water bowl. So I would say pay attention to where you're going to be placing your dog so you know where to put your feeding bowl and water bowl. So when he was a baby, he had a whole different type of water bowl attached to his kennel because he was a baby. So he couldn't like go into his bowl and lick because he was so small. So he had, it's a specific name for it. I'll try to put the picture in so you can see what I'm talking about. So right now he does have a attachment to his cage, and it's a bowl, so it doesn't move, it doesn't get tipped over, it doesn't fall over or anything. That's just easier for me to do for him. But his feeding bowl, I've mentioned in his vlog as well, looks like this. It's a slow feeding bowl because he is known to eat his food super fast and throw up after. So at first he had this type of feeding bowl, and this is what I'm referring to in terms of he would eat the food super fast and then throw right up. These are okay bowls as well. I sometimes use these as his traveling bowls. It's just easier to clean and easier to store. So obviously food is super important when you're getting a dog. I can't really recommend what food to use for your dog, but you could just talk to your breeder or your vet for food recommendations to see what's best for your dog. So another thing that I think is super important and essential is a dog training device. So I got one of these from PetSmart when he was doing training, and it's just a clicker. So you will say a command, click, say the command, and give a treat, and that's how he kind of gets used to his commands. That's how I taught him how to say it. And the word bed, if I say bed, he goes to bed. So using one of these is super cool. You get it free when you go to PetSmart for training. If you don't end up going to training classes, you could also get a button from Amazon. Again, all this will be in the description bar. So it's a button that, it's a noise that they hate. So I don't know if you heard that. It corrects whatever bad behavior he's doing. So I'm not going to keep pressing it because he's literally not doing anything. I don't want to confuse him. But this button is super cool too for walks as well. In the beginning he would bark at other dogs, and so I would have this in hand and just beep, stop, or beep, leave it. And he would start to understand what this beep means and then the command means and everything. I also think having a barking device is important too. So we have a bark collar. Again, it'll be in the description bar. Is if he keeps barking, it's gonna keep beeping. So it has a little like this hole right here. It goes around his neck, and so when he's barking, this activates and it starts to beep. So of course it will be dead during this demonstration. Point is that once this is activated, it beeps, 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 and then it vibrates as well. If they keep barking excessively, it does all of that, and you could set that as well in the manual. Another thing that I think is super important to have are dog wipes. I got these from Marshall's. I like buying them from Marshall's because you get a whole bunch of them. You get 200 wipes for $8. Anywhere else, if you get it from PetSmart, they're super expensive, like 50 wipes for $14. I'm not doing that. Getting wipes is super important for wiping their paws when they're coming from outside, and make sure they're not tracking in any bacteria or dirt into your house, and also to make sure that they're not getting any paws infections. And also, this is not just for his paws. I wipe his butt, you know. Okay, so he has a whole little grooming kit here. So let's talk about grooming. So I think it's important to have a pet first aid kit. I got this because I've never had a dog before and I didn't know what it would entail. This is a really good kit. So of the 3 years I've had Carter, I've only had to use this kit once, and it was only because he got cut when grooming his nails. It happens, and so we used the septic powder and it worked. So he's never really had to use this other than that, but it's still really good to have on hand. It's important to have a brush, of course. If your dog is like mine, Silky Yorkie or Yorkie or whatever, and they need to be brushed, then making sure having a brush on hand is important. Nail grooming items, nail clip, and a nail grinder. Having a comb is also important, and he also has a flea comb. He never had any fleas, but again, it's super important to have it. It came in a set as well. Any shampoos. This is a 4-in-1, so it's a shampoo, conditioner, and a detangler. So I got this as well. Again, if you saw his vlog, that you will already see half these things. But like I said, I think it's important to have these items. If you want to brush your dog, clean your dog, make sure they're clean. I also have paw balm. If you live in a colder climate, well, not even if, no matter your climate, having paw balm is important because you don't want their palms to get cracked or get damaged, so getting a paw balm is important. This is an optional item because again, I'm extra, and I said in the beginning these will be essential items and also some extra items. So I have a hydrating butter for him. It's a dog lotion, so he has very dry skin. He also has deodorizing sprays. Sometimes he scratches a lot and irritates his skin. And so this is all natural. Also making sure that the teeth of your dog is healthy and clean. I also have toothpaste. So I have a dental gel toothpaste. It's veterinarian formulated. It has it gently cleans away plaque and tartar, freshens breath. And I also have a beef flavor toothpaste just because he likes this one too. So I kind of switch back and forth. Actually, I have 3 because I don't like his breath to smell. So I have this one too. Along with brushing his teeth, I also use a oral care water additive as well to make sure that his breath is clean. Fights plaque and tartar as well. Another item that is super essential is a no more marking spray. I no longer have that because he knows not to pee in the house anymore. But when you're beginning and having a puppy for the very first time, having a spray to kind of mark if he makes mistakes in the house is super important. I will leave a picture on the screen or also the link in the description bar since I don't have it anymore. I do think it's in my Amazon store, so check that out for sure. Another thing is a stain and odor remover. I have an all-natural one now that he's older. Abby and Sullivan odor and spot removers, lavender scent, which I find to be very great. But you can also use a different brand. Again, I'll put a picture on the screen because I love this brand in particular because it does the job. Gets gets rid of the stains very quickly in carpets, on the floors and everything, and it's very strong, and they know not to go back in that area. Another thing that I used in the beginning but he no longer needs because he's older is a puppy pad holder. So when he was a baby and going through the horrible chewing phase, he was chewing his puppy pads, like literally the edges of the puppy pads. I hope I have a video of this. I don't think I do. But he did, and so we had to have a puppy pad holder to put the puppy pad in so the edges aren't exposed for him to chew. So getting that is also something that you can do if you notice that your puppy is eating things that he shouldn't, like his puppy pads. So if you're noticing that your puppy isn't necessarily using the bathroom where they should, getting a puppy attractant spray. And if it's not obvious, then getting puppy pads is important as well. And I choose to get his puppy pads from Costco's. Literally, I ain't gonna lie, he's due for puppy pads now, but when we bought puppy pads from Costco's, I haven't had to buy puppy pads for him for a good 1.5 years. I haven't had to buy puppy pads in a while, maybe even 2 years. It comes with a lot of them for like 30 bucks. So getting puppy pads is essential if you're, you know, house training them, or even just in general, because sometimes it could be a horrible weather outside and you don't want to walk your dog. Puppy pads in the house is important to have. Along with disposable puppy pads, using reusable puppy pads isn't such a bad idea either. He does have that in his crate right now. It's just easy to wash if he ends up peeing in the wrong spot, which he did this morning. It happens. It happens. So sometimes lining puppy pads along the area, they get soaked. You got to throw them away, whatever. And having an extra layer of reusable pads underneath the disposable ones, it's just a double layer to ensure that your carpets are clean and your floors are not stained, and so on and so forth. So along with, you know, care needs and things that they need, getting a whole bunch of toys is important too. I mentioned this in the previous video. Getting chew toys, soft toys, squeaky toys, teething toys, cleaning your teeth toys. Like, getting a whole bunch of different toys is important to get as well. I would say don't splurge too much on this. Don't go to PetSmart or Petco. They tend to be a little pricey unless you go to sales rack. Get them at Marshall's, get them on Amazon, get them like that. Dollar Tree has some cool toys too. But I mentioned this before, don't give them the toys all at once. Have a variety and switch them out so they don't get bored or get used to their toys too early. And lastly, something that I find essential but I didn't incorporate until about a year or so ago is vitamins. I literally just added another vitamin to his regimen 2 weeks ago, but I give him the 10-for-1 multivitamin, his vitamins, omegas, and probiotics for overall health. And I just started to give him probiotic the other day for digestive health, immunity booster. Again, run this by your vet if you don't feel comfortable doing so. And there is a recommendation at age and a certain weight, of course. So I didn't incorporate his vitamins until he was 2 years old. So use this at your discretion, but I do think incorporating vitamins or some type of healthier food. So make sure you check out the links in the description bar and my Amazon store for all these items. So if you're getting a dog for the holidays or for Christmas or for your birthday or just in general, and make sure you have everything that you need to bring home your dog. Okay? So again, check out the other videos. He has a playlist now. Check in the description bar for my Yorkie dog playlist with different helpful videos. Stay tuned for how to travel with your dog video, because I recently did that and I had to learn the hard way. So yes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys.